Now, I've seen a lot of anime pilots over the years. Some very clever, some very dumb, some very basic. But I have never heard an anime pilot tempted to sell you the idea of you could follow two realtors in a magical world who are trying to sell a castle for evil wizards, kings, and other things. And that's the whole pitch. Sounds very weird and alto and very simple, and you think it couldn't work, it shouldn't work, but it does actually work because it's all about the characters, how charming they actually are, instead of the daily workings of the idea and the daily issues they have doing with their own customer and the things they need to do. And also, on top of this, it's just the conversation. It's just so interesting, chilling, and very relatable. Of course, before I continue talking about basic dungeon flippers, my name is Recho. I like to talk about animation, not just animation through reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you like how it's going, you like to help my channel, put a like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. But you don't want to do that, that's fine, that's chill, but you do. Thank you, because of you, I'm getting close to my main goal of 1,000 subscribers. Any like, comment, and subscribe really does help my channel, and I'm fully grateful if you do. Thank you. Now, let's talk about this new anime product called Dungeon Flippers. And this anime pilot was sort of a surprise because I wasn't sure I'm gonna like it or hate it. Even that, just make clear, I do like reality TV focus on realtors trying to sell houses because the complication, the upsetting customers, and the problems creating is always sort of interesting because it's all about the big two leads, how interesting, likable, and the problems how they actually solve. And usually that is the key to making reality TV. It's all about the characters and how they deal with that. And this Amity Pade understand the idea and quickly officially pulled it off in under 15 minutes. Because under 15 minutes, you know the two being leads pretty well. Even that you don't know enough one of them because you only have 15 minutes, but the other one sort of helps you to understand what is the goal of the whole show. Better yet, the goal of the character because Millie and Cleveland, they attempted to sell houses, but one of them has a dream to make their own mansion, their own best castle. That would be Millie, who really wants to make her own. The only problem is she doesn't have enough money to buy the equipment, hire the people, or in making the plan. She just have the land and that's it. Even that she's still kind of struggling to figure out what is the first step because every time she sells something, it's still not enough to buy anything to actually to continue to build the castle now works. But I love it. She sort of wholesome, that sort of dream that everybody has, that is so close to grabbing but always super far away. You would easily relate to Millie, how idealistic she really is. You understand her because her failures, her goals is super close, but always unreachable sometimes. And that's just very relatable. Now, the other character, Cleveland, you don't know much about, but you know he has experience, you know he has the swagger, especially how he moves. Like, you've never been to a lot, try and buy a car or just go in the stores, that usually that one person have sort of the walk, that sort of smooth slither kind of walk, like he's setting up to sell you something. Usually there are two type of walks. Usually it's the straightforward person or the person who has that sort of chill move vibe, like, yeah, this guy coming close to sell me something. Come on, give me your pitch. And that's basically Cleveland. But he's never kind of disgusting. He's just a person who tries to sell houses, but also very supportive with Millie. That even that he's not his business, but he is her partner. She's just wondering everything is okay, and that's sort of interesting dynamic. Even that you don't know much about Cleveland, but you know enough who he is, what he does. The whole focus more about Millie, what she does, her dreams, and she is the linchpin to actually make you watch the whole pilot, especially how creative the idea really is. Once again, very simple idea, but how they approach it is sort of interesting because they want to know what you're looking for, what's the price range, and what you want for you. And that's the interesting part because the first custom we see is this very powerful magic lord that this wizard has all the power to manipulate reality, but he doesn't know what to do with the castle. He needs someone close, but not that close. And that's sort of his pitch, his need. And Molly and Clifton trying to sim him up with different castles. All of them were actually kind of fun and interesting. They actually show you a tour, show you the crazy things they actually can do. You also add things that I was sort of surprised that is sort of interesting because depends what type of magic power you have. It feels what you guys can do with that castle. In other words, this feels like an anime sort of breakdown. Something like Dungeons and Meals, that new anime that sort of ended about a bunch of adventurers trying to go in the bottom of a sort of castle to save a sister, how they explain how the whole world works, what the rules and regulations and the experience they have to especially tackle each single problem. They use that idea but in realtor. And that is just so interesting because they really show they do know their stuff. They show just see the customer what they can do and given the house specifically works for them. Like the magic wizard, he can manipulate use basically black magic. Oh, so you want a castle with evil souls who supposed to be wizards who died. Sure, we could usually show you this castle with this water magic, and they just breaking down little by little. That just found so interesting. But even that, they have struggled to sell anything because the client doesn't want it. He feel he doesn't deserve it. So the final castle they show that was so creative because the very end they show him sort of a dead space or world between worlds that sort of time does not exist. This specific spot can create anything you can think of in any time. But that's the problem. That's what makes the show truly grab your imagination because the wizard sort of gave up because he feels not worthy to getting anything. He quite literally disappeared. And that's when Millie broke down because this is her first step having enough money to buy the things she needs to build the castle she wants. And that's the point, the relatability, the interesting way to bring the wizard back to his reality instead of being disappear on that plane. That was just so interesting how many tempted to explain to show him this is for you and tempted to save his life at the same time. It's just the credibility of the idea, what kind of clients, issues they have, what they want, could be the creative fun thing about this sort of idea, especially what happened at the end, how they sold the castle, but the whole point of the last 2 minutes is just Millie building her home fort, her own castle. It's just so accomplished. You just feel her happiness, her reliability. She finally did her first step. And that just feels so wholesome, so good, so well made. It's just, I rewatched the episode. That's how much good it actually was. It's something that's sort of surprising, but you don't know this actually could work, and it does. Hopefully, it was sort of successful enough to get episode 2 because this thing has potential to do so much more. Especially, you still have some information not told by Cleveland. You don't know who he is or how he met Millie, how they fall into that specific job. You like there are so many different ideas to actually do this show justice. Basically, this feels like they're attempting to do a anime but Western, but not using anime style. They're using anime ideas of how to create a universe with the magical world. In fact, this is one of the few shows they really explore what can you do in magical universe. Instead of being adventurers, what people do create houses or how someone move point one to point B, but just using magic items. What is the issue, the problems they have to solve? Those the ideas they focus on this simple pilot, and you just see the potential. Yeah, I just really hope it'll be popular enough to make a second episode. In fact, I highly recommend watch this episode. You like magical anything? Watch this. This is just so charming, so sweet. Hopefully it has 2-3 million views right now. It's about 3,000 views. Hopefully my review will help you to watch it and maybe help it put a like, comment, and also subscribe that Pacific channel to just give it more the push because this pilot is just so unique and fresh. Hopefully, you get enough funds to make a sequel episode or picked up by Netflix or Cartoon Network or whatever anime company who wants to see this. But at the same time, I can see this are hard to pitch by other networks how really unique really is. I don't know you. How you felt about this? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Tell me down below. Tell me down below. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.